Hello, you two students. My name is Ella and we are at lesson 60. Yes, that's right, 60. And we are going to go shopping yet again today. But before we do, let's have a think about what we'll need. We'll need our learning books, of course, something to write with. And I am going to be showing you a pack of cards. You might have a pack of cards at home and you might like to play this game later. This will be for our warm-up activity. Quick recap on last lesson. Hope you enjoyed making your shops and I hope that you remembered to use the right symbols when you made your price tags. Okay, so let's switch to our warm-up activity today. We're going to play a good old-fashioned game of Flipper. And for today, we're going to remember and use our doubles. Doubles are very important. So let's get moving. Double 8, 16, double 9, 18, double 2, 4, double 6, 12, double 9, 18, double 6, 12, double 5, 10. Double 2, double 2, you know those ones. Double 3, 6, double 3, 6, double 9, you're right, 18, double 5, 10. You might like to play that game yourself. It's a beauty for remembering our quick number facts and knowing our doubles. Very important. Okay, are we tuned in and are we ready to go? I hope so. So today's learning intention is to calculate the change that should be received when we buy an item using an add-on strategy. And we'll know that we can calculate the difference between the price of the item and the money we gave for the item. All right, so making change, an interesting concept. Right, so what do we have here? We've got another shop that we've got ready for you today with 3 different items and you can see those price tags. So our first task today is to find out which one is the least expensive or has the least value and which one has the most. Okay, so what do we have? We have a book, a wooden family set, and a remote control car. And you can see the price tags. So which has the least value? Which has the least value? And I think you can see that we have a $6 item here. This would be the least value. And our choice now is a $22 or a $13. $13 or $22. Which is the most expensive? Thank you. And now we know that our book is in the middle. So we've got some values there that we've placed in order. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's have a look at our wooden family set. I'm buying my wooden family set for $6 and I have a $10 note to buy that with. What will be my change? Let's work with the add-on strategy. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw my bar model. Remember, this is my whole $10 and here is a part. This is what I want to buy. So what is the difference? What is the part whole that will get me to the difference and therefore what is my change? So remember, we're going to check with an open number line. So I'm starting with 6 and I want to get to 10. Remember, I'm looking for the difference. And to help me, I'm going to add on. I'm going to ask myself, how many more do I need to add on to get to 10? Can you see the answer? I hope you can. The answer is, of course, I'm going to add on 4. So my answer here will be $4 and therefore my change will be $4. Let's have a look at that. I'm buying this for $10, giving that to the shopkeeper, and my change will be $4. Well done. Okay, let's keep shopping. The next item I'd like to buy is my book. This book cost $13 and I have a $20 note. So I'm going to hand over my $20 and I'm going to expect some change. These two values are different. So let's have a look on my bar model. What's the whole? $20. How much does the book cost? $13. What is the other part? Part, whole, or what is the difference? Let's try the add-on strategy. So I'm going to start with 13 and I want to get to 20. How much do I need to add on to get there? Now, let's have a think, because I do know there's an anchor in here somewhere. We know that 5 or 15 is an anchor number. So I'm going to get myself to 15 to start with. How many? How many more do I add on? 13, 14, 15. I add on 2. And now, how do I get from here to here? Can you recognize that as a pattern perhaps? Or shall I just count on? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So using my anchor number, I can see that I have now a difference of 5. I need to add 5 more to get to 20. So let's add the 5. Now let's consider how many I added on to get to there. How many did I add on? I added on a 2 and a 5, and that gives me 7. So my answer is 7 or $7 when I'm considering what change. I gave $20 for a $13 book. I gave the shopkeeper $20 and I am expecting $7 change. Let's have a look what $7 looks like. Here it is. A $5 note and 2 ones. $7 change if I gave the shopkeeper the $20 note. All right, we're getting good at this. Let's try one more, because I think there'll be a few of you who are very keen to buy this remote control car. $22. Okay, so I've gone to the shops. I want to buy this and I only have a $50 note. So I'm going to give the shopkeeper $50, but what change should I be expecting? What change do I need? What's the difference between these two values? All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw my bar model. This will help me scaffold my thinking or structure my thinking. So what happened? I went to the shops with $50. I bought something that cost $22. And I'm now trying to calculate the change that I should receive. So I'm going to use an open number line and use my add-on strategy to work out how can I get to 50. All right, now let's try and get to a benchmark number of a group of 10. So we're trying to get to a group of 10. Let's try to get to the next group of 10 I know, which is 30. So if I can go from 22 to 30, it will make it much easier for me to count on after that. So what is the difference? How many more do I have to add on from 22 to get to 30? I hope you know the answer. Let's add 8. We're going to move 8 along from 22 to get to 30. And then from 30 to 50, or maybe I'll go in tens. 30 to 40 to 50. So I've added 10 and another 10. So if by adding on, I can calculate the difference. And by adding on, I can see that I have added altogether $28. So let's have a think about what that looks like when we're thinking about money. I have bought this most wonderful remote control car. I paid $50 and I am going to receive 20, 25, 27, 28. $28 change from a $50 note. And that is a wonderful way to have a think about what change you will receive if you don't have the exact amount of money when you are at the shops. Okay, so today we learned how to calculate change by using this most wonderful add-on strategy, our bar model to help us, and our number line to check. A little bit of reasoning there too. What should I expect to receive? What's the roundabout number? So I can make sure that it's correct. Okay, so our learning task today, let's have a think about your shop that you made last lesson, or that you could make quickly now with some price tags, with some things around you, and practicing giving some money and working out what your change will be when you receive it. So lots of fun with shops. You can be the shopkeeper and the person buying the items, and you can start practicing what that looks like when you're out and about and buying things. Okay, so have a lovely time. Fill up your learning book with all of that information. Okay, see you for now. Bye.